Look at that. Vbeast. Nice and chilly. I didn't wear my liner. This might have been a mistake. Okay. Ooh, man. You know, last video was the Indian Challenger. And yes, I got my camera back right here, right in front of you. Well, me looking at the camera, you looking at me. What's up? I didn't say that. I'm the what's up guy, man. What's up? I'll never forget that freaking comment. Yeah, I'm the what's up guy. Always one of those what's up guys. Anyways, okay, so the last video was on the Challenger, and I got me notes right here. I got my notes. So the Challenger, those of you who didn't watch it, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Watch my other videos. It really helps me out. I don't get paid. I just do this because I like it. I actually did used to get paid. Anyways, tangent. Welcome to a random day video with your own Vbeast. All right. I think I'm gonna go this way today. Okay, so the Challenger was all busted up, the frame and all this stuff, right? No recalls, but who knows? Maybe stuff to come. I have no idea. I was just making like a public service announcement, like, hey, by the way, you know, if you're looking into buying one, maybe consider this. All right. So based on that, I kind of started thinking about, that guy said he busted up his face. I think he said he fractured his face, his jaw or something. And I was like, huh, is he not wearing a helmet? I thought there was a cop behind me, some weird lights. Anyways, so I was like, he must have not have been wearing a helmet. He definitely was not wearing a full face. He definitely didn't have a chin guard. That dude must have not been wearing a helmet. So it got me thinking about helmets. And I started looking at my helmet, and I was like, you know what? I have to change this helmet pretty soon. Within a few months, maybe 6 months or so. Sometime next year, I got to replace this helmet because it's coming up really quick. So a lot of people think certain helmets are the safest, and the certain helmet I'm talking about is Snell, the Snell Memorial Foundation. So they're like, oh, Snell is the holy grail. No, it's not. I've always thought it wasn't, but let me just put something out there straight. If you're buying a DOT helmet only certified, basically DOT guarantees your death upon accident. I mean, the tolerances, the amount of G-forces that DOT allows on the helmet will kill you. It's like 400 G's, right? Yeah. So basically, in my eyes, you have 3 different helmet certifications as of 2024. I think it started in 2024 as the ECE 2206, the Snell rating, and the FIM rating. So those are race helmets. And if you don't know, FIM, that is race helmets, okay? So you're usually not going to get that on a street helmet. I mean, there might be a couple that are actually out there with FIM certifications, but let's go ahead and look at Snell, right? So people, that was like the holy grail. Holy grail. Like if you have a Snell helmet, oh, that is the best helmet on the market, bro. Like, man, you paid a lot of money for that helmet. It must be the best helmet ever. And it has a Snell rating. Yes. Okay, so, yeah, let's look at Snell. Where did Snell come from? It wasn't motorcycling, I could tell you that. Snell was originated or came from auto racing. So, racing cars. The guy that it's named after, I don't know his name. If I find it, I'll just have to put it up. And anyways, that guy ended up dying because his helmet didn't protect him in an automobile crash, which he was in a race car, you know, and he was racing. He ended up dying, and it did not protect him. So that's where Snell came from. It was auto racing, and it was later on just adapted or adopted into motorcycling. So that right there tells me, yeah, I don't really care for your safety tests, because it originated with automobiles, not motorcycles. That's completely different. If your head hits a steering wheel, you're inside of a vehicle. And I'm basing off of Snell. So Snell, they believe that the harder the shell, the more protection you have. So if you got a hard shell and you're banging your head off of a steering wheel that has no airbag because it's a race car, of course, yes, you want a harder shell. And that's completely different from knocking your head off of the curb or asphalt. You know, that doesn't really work. If you're flying off a motorcycle, you want it to be soft. You want everything around your head to absorb every bit of that pressure, because, you know, from a steering wheel that could be literally 3 feet in front of you, and then you're going to hit it, to a motorcycle and you flying 20 feet. There's a huge difference there. There's a massive difference. So there's a lot more, I guess, I don't know any technical terms, like there's more force when that person would hit the ground from a motorcycle versus a steering wheel, because you have momentum and speed that's all calculated in. So the G-forces are astronomical. From what I have come to find out, 400 G's is pretty much the equivalent of a vehicle just rolling over your head. So DOT, that's their standard. I think it's a little bit less now, but DOT says, hey, you could take 400 G's on the helmet and you're good. But that's not the case, right? So Snell, you know, that's where they came from. Really simple, in a nutshell kind of thing going on. So Snell, since they believe, I say all this probably could be a long video. So Snell, they believe in a hard shell, but the problem is, and it's been proven, a hard shell will transfer more energy. It doesn't just take energy, it doesn't absorb energy. Soft things absorb energy. So if you notice, inside of our helmets we have that, what we would call styrofoam. I think it's a EPS liner, EPS. So it's just styrofoam. Well, that styrofoam, it's amazing. It absorbs 100% of energy and does not bounce it back to wherever it's attached to. So that's why, do I want to get on there? I think I do. It's getting dark. So that's why we have that in our helmet. So people are really concerned about the shell, but the shell actually, it's found recently, because of the ECE rating, the 2206, that the shell actually should be softer, not harder. Because the harder the shell, the more energy is transferred into that liner, which is also then transferred around everything else. So you're going to have a thicker liner or a softer liner to absorb it. So there's different type of foams that they put, that is that styrofoam. They have different densities, right? So Snell actually made another rating, and that rating is compliant with more of the ECE 2205, which is what this helmet is, and it's older now. So on the ECE, we're going to call it the 05. With an 05 version, I believe there was only like 6 points of contact that were tested on the helmet. But the new ECE 06, that one has 18 points of testing area all on the helmet that they test with different types of anvils, which they just basically smash the helmet into. Okay, so somebody watching this video is like, when is this guy gonna tell me the best helmet you can buy? Because of the thumbnail. Oh man, I should have said that like right off the bat, but I did not. If you're still here, thank you so much for enduring my constant rambling. Okay, I'll get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm just trying to help you guys make an informed decision. So don't be ashamed if you're gonna get a polycarbonate because you spend like 150 bucks on it. Let's say you get 150 bucks and you're like, I need a new lid, or I'm buying my first lid. I don't want to spend 300. Maybe you want to spend 200. Maybe you want to buy an Icon helmet. That's fine. If it's ECE 2206, buy that sucker. I don't care if it's polycarbonate. It passes the test. It's not any better or worse than the other brands. The only thing that you're paying for is the extras. So don't be ashamed if you're buying a polycarbonate. You don't have to buy a fiberglass. You don't have to buy a carbon fiber, okay? You don't have to. If you want a good helmet and you don't have much coin in the bank, go for an ECE 2206 rated helmet. You may not, like I said before, I went off on a tangent. Let's say I bought this helmet and I got it for like 80 bucks. But I only got it for 80 bucks, even though it has that nice rating, because it doesn't have maybe a chin vent. It only has one vent up here. Well, this one actually only does have one vent. Well, let's say it doesn't have a chin vent. It only has a vent on the top. Well, that's what I'm paying the cheaper price for, is because it has less features. It's just like a vehicle. When you buy a vehicle or you buy a motorcycle and it has less features. So since this is a motorcycle channel, let's go ahead and look at the CVO Road Glide versus the standard, okay? Which that doesn't really exist anymore. Okay, we're talking brand new 2024, so we're gonna say regular Road Glide with the chrome, which I guess is the base, and it's gray. And what those things are around like 23 or 24, something like that. And then let's look at the CVO. The CVO is like $40-something thousand. So we're talking double the cost, but there's certain things you only get on a CVO. So you're paying for those extra things, right? You're paying for the extras. You're paying for the, some might say, luxuries of that higher up model. It's the same thing for a helmet. If you don't be afraid to buy a polycarbonate, if it has the ECE 2206 rating, go ahead and get it. And if you want a slightly elevated helmet, go ahead and get one of the other two. I mean, I really do like carbon fiber, but I also like graphics. So carbon fiber that's been painted over or has graphics laid over it, it's kind of pointless unless you just don't care. I mean, carbon fiber is cool on its own. So yeah, I kind of tend to lean toward the fiberglass, which they're a little harder to find, I think. But like I said, don't be ashamed. Ooh. I just gunshot everybody. Blow. Don't be ashamed of a polycarbonate lid, all right? So in my opinion, if you couldn't tell already, I would say the best rated helmet is going to be an ECE 2206. Yep, that is the ECE 2206. And I will take it over Snell any day. I think Snell is adequate. It's out of date. It's like 1950s technology, maybe 1980s, I don't know. But it's old. I don't think their standards are good. I don't think they're great. They're good, but I don't think they're great. You know, people are going to argue, but if you look into the research, ECE, the 06 standard, is now higher rated than a Snell. And from what I heard, is going to be allowed in certain race categories. I don't think that's ever happened. If it has, tell me in the comments I'm wrong, because that's like a bit of information that just kind of spit out, and I was like, I think that was the case. Yo, this person is like really riding my butt. I got two cameras, one here and one here. And I'm going to speed limit. Oh man, this is great. I'm gonna keep it rolling. Anyways, this guy looking at, he's like, yo, we've got cameras on. Yeah, of course I do. I got cameras.
Be the greatest.
Look at that, look at that. Oh my god, that woman. Yo, that's some road rage right there. I bet you I'm gonna meet her at the light. Look, I'll even slow down. I'm gonna slow down. Woo. Oh my gosh. Why do people do that? Look, I'm going speed limit. All right. If anything happens, I'll be recording, but if not, ride what you ride, keep it Vbeast mode, and ride till the wheels fall off. This has been another random weekday video by your very own Vbeast. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, have a Vbeast day.